Howdy, Coach Dave Reinecke here with Aesthetics Training and Nutrition. I'll talk to you guys about another injury. This one is IT band syndrome, so stay tuned for this one, guys. Alright, so IT band syndrome or iliotibial band syndrome, okay? I'm going to refer to it as IT band syndrome throughout the video because that's what most people refer to it as. But it is being associated with your iliotibial band. Now, this is also called runner's knee. So if you're looking in any textbook or if your doctor says, hey, you have a case of runner's knee, or you hear anybody that says it like that, this is generally what they're going to be talking about. So the IT band, a lot of us know about it. We may not know where it is or what it does. The IT band is a tendon. Okay, it comes from a muscle around the hip area. Okay, so it is a tendon. It doesn't really serve any other purpose than to connect from the hip down to around the knee. What happens though is this area can become chronically overused in the case of running. So running X amount of miles or walking X amount of miles or doing X amount of stairs, so on and so forth. This area can become chronically inflamed and chronically overused. Okay, that's just the case. Our lifestyle can also play factors into how this injury progresses as well in conjunction with a lot of those activities. So what we're going to talk about today is just how it generates, what it is, how you can prevent it, and then how you can really treat it as you are progressing through that injury. So as I said, it is the most commonly overused injury. Okay, very, very, very common. All right. What you're going to be feeling is pain on the outside part of your knee, which is due to that excessive inflammation. So if you can see my knee, right around this area here, okay, maybe down here in front of the kneecap, but this outer area of the leg, this is where your IT band is, okay? Now, what happens with our lifestyle, a lot of people will sit throughout the day, as you've heard me talk in many videos before, but these hips can become chronically tight. And what happens is when you have that muscle that's tighter here, your TFL, your tensor fascia lata on the outside part of the hip, it's going to cause even more stretch and tension on that IT band. Now the IT band is taut already. Okay, it's very strong, and it's already being pulled in order to create the structure that you need. But in this sort of case, it's being stretched beyond what you really want it to be. And what happens is that posture that you have, your hips are going to be out of balance, your knees are going to turn out of balance, your feet are going to be out of balance, and you're going to develop rubbing between the tendon, the end of that tendon around the knee, and some of the structure of the knee. And that rubbing is going to cause that inflammation that you don't want, and that's why it's painful, okay? It makes things like walking or doing stairs or your activity, running, squatting, any sort of activity where your legs are involved is going to be affected, okay? So, as I said, overactive hip from your TFL, internal rotation of that, so turning in is going to place that muscle on or that tendon on a stretch even more. So what that would be your knee valgus, where your knees will cave in. This can be associated with your feet wanting to flatten, okay, or overpronate, and your knees will cave in. So if you do that right now, just turn your foot so that the inside part is pointing towards the floor or going more towards the floor, and then watch what happens to your knee, and then watch what happens to your hip. Imagine that happening every single time that you took a step, every single time that you squatted, so on and so forth. Eventually, that pain is going to over accumulate, and you're going to develop an injury from there. Okay, your shoes can also play a factor. So, in my opinion, shoes are the most underrated piece of gym equipment that you can possibly have. Everybody wants to get the nicest belt, the nicest shirt, the nicest gloves, whatever you really buy, shorts, Lululemon, and all this other bullcrap that you see out. But shoes, people don't want to spend the money on. Some people do, some people don't. But your shoes, it's the thing that you use every single day, every single workout, every single event, or whatever your exercise or even your general lifestyle really is all about. Have a nice pair of shoes. Have a comfortable pair of shoes. Make sure they fit. All those specifics are very, very important when it comes to this. A lot of downhill running can also affect your IT band. A lot of downhill running is going to place your body into that overpronated position naturally. So if you do a lot of downhill running, yes, it's great for athletic performance and sports and agility or speed and agility, but a significant amount of downhill running eventually, in accumulation with a bad posture, can cause some IT band syndrome. So don't be shocked if your knees end up hurting, your hips have a little bit of an ache after doing a lot of that. and just overuse. Overuse, that's pretty self-explanatory. So some ways that you can prevent IT band syndrome. A lot of marathon runners or ultra marathon runners, or even people that do Spartan races or just run for general fun, one of the easiest ways that you can prevent IT band syndrome is to decrease your miles. Okay, I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but if you are affected by, your knees are bothering you, you think you have some IT band syndrome, don't try and push through that. If your IT band, if you end up tearing your IT band or developing a further injury as a result, like a knee injury or hip injury, it's going to put you out of commission for longer than what this rest time would be. So just allow your body to rest and recover the right way, so that you don't push it too hard if you are developing some of those signs and symptoms of IT band syndrome. All right, take days off. Once again, your shoes, and then also change direction if you are running on a track. If you are constantly going left, if you notice anything about NASCAR or know just anything about turning left, eventually your tires are going to wear the more that you go to that one direction. So, and to prevent the IT band syndrome happening on one leg or the other leg, change direction if you are on a track. And if you are trying to run on a rubber track, that's always going to be a better option. But then again, if you do have the right shoes, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Treatment-wise, rest. Rest is the biggest thing. In conjunction with adequate nutrition. Any of the other videos that you've heard me talk about, nutrition and inflammation, or just nutrition for healing, that's what I generally will focus on. But go ahead and watch those videos. We'll link them down below. And in conjunction with your rest, that's going to help you recover. Reduce the inflammation, reduce the overactive area, and then see how you progress from there. Swimming in the pool is also very, very beneficial in this case. It's very low impact, but the water is also going to help with releasing some of the connective tissue, allowing for the aqueous environment. It's going to loosen some of the tissue around that area, but you're going to be in a lower impact environment as well and still do your activity. It's actually probably going to be harder for you just due to the water resistance. Cycling is also very good. Just be cautious of your posture as well. Same sort of things apply. Stretching and strengthening, and then self-myofascial release. So these two things go hand in hand. Self-myofascial release, relieving areas of the quad, specifically your vastus lateralis, or the lateral quad muscle here. When the IT band is tight, it's going to make that muscle tight as well, because they are actually intertwined. The ending fascia of the vastus lateralis connects with the IT band, and if one of those is either tight, it's going to affect that as well. Foam roll the hips, foam roll the hamstrings, and all areas associated with that. Correcting your imbalances. All right, so postural assessments. Go back and watch the anterior pelvic tilt video, the upper body posture and upper cross syndrome videos, and or if you want to reach out to myself, with your form and your posture, I'll be happy to assess that and see where we can take things from there. But assessing your posture. Foam rolling the overactive areas or tight muscles, so that TFL is going to be the area you want to foam roll, not the IT band. Get the muscle. You can foam roll the IT band all you want. It's going to be very painful, but you're not going to be doing too much for that. It's very, very strong, and you're probably not going to penetrate it all that much. Stretching afterwards, so going then and then lengthening those muscles, lengthening the quads, lengthening the hamstrings, the glutes, the hip flexors, all those respective areas. But then you want to strengthen your underactive areas. So in this particular case, it would be your gluteus medius, it'd be your hamstring, your bicep femoris, it'd be your medial calf, and things along those lines. Okay, so I hope this helped. There are a lot of things that can go along with this, but just know that IT band syndrome is very common. You're not the only one. So if you have knee pain, it's best to seek out professional help and see what really the overall cause is. Don't just think you have knee pain, pump yourself with a bunch of drugs or NSAIDs, and just kind of barrel right through it. Sometimes the simplest thing to do is just rest right there, and then modify your training accordingly until that injury, heals, recovers, alleviates itself, whatever the case may be. But don't be afraid to seek out the professional help if you need it. This was IT band syndrome. We're going to be doing more videos like this. So if you guys do like this and you love the information, this is very cut and dry, short, sweet, to the point. Don't want to keep you guys too long. But if you have an injury, feel free to reach out to us. My name's Dave. Instagram is @DaveReineckeATN. Feel free to follow us, follow RJ, follow our YouTube channel, and stay tuned for more videos like this, guys. Thanks.